If you watch my Dallas Stars video a few days ago, you know right at the very end I mentioned how this game against Ottawa worries me because the Leafs, one, always play down to their opponents, and two, Ottawa just plays well against the Leafs. I don't know what it is, they just always play well against the boys in blue and white. And the Leafs lose 5-3 to the Ottawa Senators tonight. And before we get to the game itself, I'm going to touch on the most pressing subject all over social media. And it's the Morgan Rielly cross-check on Ridley Greig. I'm going to explain my feelings towards this, okay? Do I like Rielly's passion and care and that he's pissed off? Absolutely, man. But I love to be the cross-check a little lower. Yeah, absolutely. He's going to get suspended. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it saying he shouldn't. No, he's going to get suspended. Which sucks because our decor already stinks. However, Ridley Greig, what the hell are you thinking? An empty net. You wind up for a clapper at the hash marks. You know there's going to be someone answering the bell. You're an idiot. Sorry. Do I like that he cross-checked you in the head? No. But maybe that'll wake you up a little bit. Maybe it'll wake you up and think, maybe I should just tap it in the empty cage instead of winding up for a clapper to show everybody up. Do I think Rielly is going to get suspended? Of course he is. My guess is at least 3 games. Jason Spezza got suspended 5, and he had a clean record as well. So it's going to be between that 3 and 5 range is where I'm sitting, which sucks because our decor stinks. But I think from both sides, they're both idiots. I didn't like Rielly going for the head, but I like that he gave a damn. I like that he actually cared that a team showed you up and he wanted to respond. And on Ridley Greig's standpoint, you're an idiot. You're a flat-out moron. Your team is done. You're 4 games under 500. You're dead last in the Atlantic Division. Good job. You're 2 points up on the Columbus Blue Jackets. And you're winding up for a clapper into an empty net? That's tough, man. That's a tough look. That's a really tough look. So it was bad on both sides. But let's get to this game now, because there was actually a game before the final 5 seconds of this one. First period, 3:45 in, Marner lays a gorgeous saucer pass to Austin Matthews, who buries it past Korpisalo. Yet again, Matthews on the board, goal number 42 on the season. Marner and Nyes have assists on the goal. Nyes getting the point, which is great to see. Leafs are up 1-0. And how many times this year have we seen goals get called back and it come back to haunt you? Or momentum shift? Because later in the first period, Max Domi has a puck go off his skate and into the net. You see him not really celebrate, and I'm not getting too jacked up because I'm like, this might come back. And you see Boucher on the bench, and he tells Max Domi it's probably coming back. And they go and they say, yeah, it was kick motion, boom, no goal. And actually, no, I think they reviewed it for offside. No, they reviewed it for offside, excuse me. And they call it back. And that does a lot for a team. It, one, deflates the goal-scoring team because they thought they were up 2-0. If you're the Leafs, you think you're up 2-0, possibly have a 2-0 lead going into the first intermission. You have played this ends early. Look, things were going great. But that goal gets called back. It's still 1-0. The Sens get another life. And Giroux scores on a wild series of events later in the first period, under just over 2 minutes left. And we're tied at 1 going into the intermission. Shots on goal were 10-8 in favor of Ottawa. And then in the second period, Tarasenko scores at 2:04. And they regain, they get their first lead of the hockey game. 7 minutes after that, though, Matthew Nyes tips in a point shot from, was it Marner? I can't remember who. I think it was Marner who fired it on. But it was tipped in by Matthew Nyes, finally getting off the schneid. His 9th goal of the season. Matthews and Marner have assists in the goal at 9:43, and we're tied. But less than 2 minutes after that, Shane Pinto tips in a point shot for Martin Zub, and they regain the lead. Then Josh Norris has a beautiful shot. Gorgeous shot. Beats Martin Jones far side. 4 minutes after that, give them a 4-2 lead after 2 periods of play. Shots on goal were 12-8 Leafs in the period, but they get outscored 3-1. Tells you how meaningless the shots on goal stat is. When we go into the third period, Leafs trailing by 2. It's not looking great. Max Domi from a gorgeous feeder. Morgan Rielly pinches from the left point, gets the puck, goes around the back of the net, finds Max Domi in front. He buries it finally. Only 5 goals this year for Max Domi. Rielly and Robertson grab assists in the goal, and the Leafs are within 1. And then obviously the Ridley Greig shenanigans happens with 5 seconds left, and that's all she wrote. I'm not going to sit here and ref talk this video, but it's hilarious when I see all over social media and all over Twitter that, oh, the NHL wants the Leafs to get all the calls. And you remember was it the Paul Maurice stuff and the Daryl Sutter stuff? Oh, when you come to Toronto, the whistle's always the other way. I don't care that they're in Ottawa. Remember, I think it was Paul Maurice went like 3-0 or whatever the number was at the time in that Florida game. Yeah, the Leafs didn't have a power play today. I guess Ottawa played a perfectly clean game, and the Leafs had 3 power plays. Or penalty kills, excuse me. They killed all of them off. There was one play in particular that stands out to me. It was the high stick on Jake McCabe, I believe, in the second period. It's blatantly obvious. Behind the net, stick comes up. The butt, not the butt end of the stick, but the end of the blade of the stick goes right up into McCabe's face, hits his visor up as well. And then the referee's pointing to McCabe like, no, that you did this, or some absolute nonsense. No call. So no power plays for the Leafs the entire game, which is kind of shocking. Where does Ottawa rank in penalties against? Let me just see that. Oh, look at that. They're 29th in points against, or penalty minutes against. But they played a perfect hockey game today, I guess. I'm just going to leave it at that. I am kind of shocked that Martin Jones got the cage today. I understand Ilya Samsonov has not been great the last couple of games, but clearly they don't have the faith in him. They didn't regain any momentum, any faith in Ilya Samsonov because unless you're back-to-back, no, there's no back-to-back, and they went right to Martin Jones today. And yeah, he was okay. He made some saves. 4 goals and 31 shots is an .871 save percentage. No matter what way you cut it, it's not great. So he shouldn't get the cage in the next one against St. Louis on Tuesday night. You'll probably see Ilya Samsonov back in the net. Can Joseph Woll hurry up, please? I understand. I want him back healthy for sure. But my goodness, it's hard watching these two guys play the net. It really, really is. Key players today, Matt Nyes had a goal and an assist. Good for him. Austin Matthews, a goal and an assist. Domi had a goal. Marner, couple assists. Rielly had an assist in 15 penalty minutes. Obviously, and Nick Robertson had the assist on the, was it the second goal? It was the third goal, the Max Domi goal. So that's it. And Leaf fans, I know a lot of people aren't worried about playoffs and that, but I'm not worried about missing the playoffs just because even if Tampa and the Red Wings pass the Leafs, the Islanders are 2 more games played than the Leafs, and they're 4 points behind the Leafs. Now, yes, they have the season series as well, so there's that side of it. But you're in an okay spot, but for the love of God, you got to start winning some hockey games here. You really do. And the next game for the Leafs, as we talked about, is on Tuesday as the St. Louis Blues come to Scotiabank Arena, assuming Ilya Samsonov will get the cage in that one. Joel Hofer, I guess he's getting the start, is he? He's been playing a lot recently. I guess he'll be getting the start for the St. Louis Blues as they've been playing some pretty good hockey. 6-3-1 in their last 10. They won their last game. It was Buffalo on Saturday, or today actually, but nonetheless, win a hockey game. I said it in that last video. You're in a part of the schedule right now where you got St. Louis, Philly, Anaheim, St. Louis, Arizona. You lost to Ottawa tonight. You still have some teams you got to pick up some points against. You got to find a way. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoy the Battle of Ontario, I guess, hit the like button. I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button if you guys not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Maple Leafs? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you've not done so already. And I will talk to you guys Raptors Edition very shortly as they got their rear end kicked in today. So we'll talk about that shortly against the Cavs. And as for the Leafs, are back in action on Tuesday as they host the St. Louis Blues at Scotiabank Arena. looking to get 2 points. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and not the aim today. We'll talk to you guys then.